live. E-King Fight News. Good to be here on the live stream. Anthony Joshua versus your boy Carlos Takam of France. What? Carlos Takam versus Anthony Joshua. Awesome fight. That was a good fight. The stoppage, not a great stoppage. No. Carlos Takam, he had took so much punishment. Cuts over both eyes. Man, look at Carlos Takam for a minute here. Dude's all fucked up. See Carlos Takam for a minute. Let's see Carlos Takam. All fucked up. It's Carlos Takam. There's Anthony Joshua. Chilling and shit. But anyways. Let's hear Joshua and some reactions to the fight. Yeah, apparently this is a Showtime feed. And I was watching Sky Sports. And that was I was no complaints with the commentators. Only issue is, you know what? They got this thing when, a fighter has cuts. When a guy's all cut up, what happens is the ref rushes to the doctor. Always. They rush to the doctor and they're like, yeah, you know what? Let's just try and stop the fight. What happened with Marco Antonio Barrera when he fought, what's his name? He fought Amir Khan. Barrera gets a cut and all of a sudden, you gotta stop the fight. Like, it's the third round. You gotta stop the fight. They got the guy going to the ref. Oh, it's the third round. But you know what happened? It was such a bad gash. And they were like, oh, you know what? The doctor just let the fight continue up until the fourth round. And then they went and they stopped the fight. Because the fight has to go 4 rounds. But if it happens before a round, if it happens like the second round, that would be, it would be a no contest, right? So it has to go 4 rounds, and then you go to the cards. And that's how Amir Khan beat Marco Antonio Barrera, which is not really a clean victory. But Anthony Joshua, those refs, man, they kind of fuck you over sometimes, Like they did the same thing with Carl Froch when he fought George Groves. Man, Anthony Joshua's a shit right now, man. For real, it's not like an amazing performance, but he did well against Takam. Like, Takam ain't no slouch. I've been telling everyone that listen that Takam ain't no slouch. Let me see, I got some fucking image here. Fuck, man, this shit. Alright, let's see Anthony Joshua. Yeah, man, he did okay, man. He did okay. I wish I had some highlights. I don't have any highlights of the fight, man. That's all I got. Got Amir Khan. Got Anthony Joshua once again. He really had to say that he wanted to fight that Deontay Wilder, man. He was so, you kind of feel like with that much pressure, because before he wasn't saying, oh, the fight has to happen. Anthony Joshua was saying, you know what, the fight may happen, may not. What can you do? That UK commentators are kind of, it's kind of like, they kind of want him to say that they want the Deontay Wilder fight, but you also have Johnny Nelson saying, you know what, it could be Tony Bellew, it could be a bigger fight. Fucking, or the other guy, David Hay. He's a calm man too, David Hay. Anyways, Anthony Joshua, solid performance. I think that he did okay. But yeah, even the UK guys were like, you know what, it wasn't impressive. He didn't impress anyone. This was one of those victories where he takes away, he learns something from the victory. He doesn't go and face Takam and put himself in harm's way, right? He boxed very intelligently, and the thing is, you know, Alexander Povetkin ran through Takam, right? Who else has Takam faced? Takam went toe-to-toe with Joseph Parker, and it was a very competitive fight, back and forth. Could have gone either way. Literally, could have gone either way. Some people think Takam could have won that fight. But Joshua dominated him, and, I'm not going to say he was on his way to a stoppage. It was a poor decision by the referee. Takam for sure could continue. And in fact, it was stopped in such a way where Takam wanted a rematch. He's asking for a rematch. Takam out here asking for a fucking rematch after the fight, which is hilarious. Which is absolutely hilarious. So, it's what it is. Back to the challenge. You know what? Let's hear fucking Carlos Takam. Let's hear him go ahead and say, I want a rematch. Let's see Carlos Takam. Takam's all fucked up, by the way. But let's hear him say that. There's Carlos Takam complaining about the stoppage, but showing a lot of respect for Anthony Joshua here. Post-fight. Okay, Takam. Don't worry about a rematch, man. Don't worry about no rematch. Cut over both eyes. Look at Takam, man.
I want the rematch. I
want the rematch.
I want it. Commiserations.
That's it. Carlos Takam. It's a round of applause. Not too many fighters. He lasted the same as Klitschko, actually. He didn't get knocked the fuck out, too. He didn't get knocked smooth the fuck out.
Gotta talk about the stoppage, Johnny, straight away.
Johnny Nelson. Let's hear from Johnny Nelson.
You think so? Anthony Joshua thinks so? I don't think it should have been stopped. I think...
he doesn't like the stoppage.
If you look at it slowly, surely the 3 shots before the referee drops it.
There's a respect.
They skimmed it. They missed. Yes, he got hit with the right hand before that, but I don't think they should have stopped at that stage.
Johnny Nelson does not like the stoppage. Poor stoppage. Very interesting. Alright, I'm going to wrap this up. E-King Fight News, man. We'll be back with another one. Subscribe. Gotta subscribe. Alright. There you go. What else is up? Anthony Joshua wants to fight fucking what's his face? Deontay Wilder. He wants to fight Deontay Wilder. Both Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua
at the source, we know connected home.
Calling for that fight.
Poor kid. A source.
And that's a great fight, man. That's the heavyweight championship fight that we all want to see. I think Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder is the apex. That's the apex of the heavyweight division right there. That's where you get you get one solid champion. And that's probably for... It should be for the Undisputed Championship, but Joseph Parker has not been willing to fight either one of them as of yet. Joseph Parker's just waiting there for the Anthony Joshua fight. That's how I see that. He wants no parts of Wilder. He's just waiting for the Anthony Joshua fight. And Eddie Hearn doesn't see a whole lot of money in Joseph Parker. It's like he's not bringing anything to the table as a guy from Australia. He's not really bringing a whole lot to the table. Yeah, it would be a unification, but he sees Wilder as the bigger fight. So Eddie Hearn is forced now to try and build to Wilder. But he's playing these tricky-ass games right now. Yeah, he's playing some tricky-ass games. Fucking Eddie Hearn trying to get Deontay Wilder to fight. Who are you trying to fight? Dillian White. Dillian White, who just went through fucking 12 rounds with Robert Helenius. 12 rounds of Robert Helenius, man. Come on, seriously. Seriously. Helenius is a fucking bum, man. Get Helenius the fuck out of here with that shit. Robert Helenius. That's supposed to be a showcase fight. And you go 12 rounds with dude, man. I don't know about no Dillian White. It's like he's really... Like, Dillian White... He's not like... Dillian White, huge name in the fucking... Heavyweight division and shit. I swear, ever since... It's just ever since... Luis Ortiz stepped down... Eddie Hearn needed to bring someone up. Right? He's just bringing up Dillian White. And you know what? It's interesting that Deontay Wilder asked for $7 million to fight Dillian White, but he figures, goddamn, that's my price. You want me to go to the UK? I think that's what he's trying to say. If you want me to go to the UK, you gotta pay me a shit ton of money to fight Dillian White in the UK, and he probably would do it. He would do it for sure if Anthony Joshua was contractually obligated to fight the winner. I think Deontay Wilder would do it for sure, and that would be an incredible event. It would be, because it seems like Eddie Hearn just wants to do it in the UK. That's what it seems like to me. Eddie Hearn just wants to do the fight in the UK, and he's just trying to negotiate some terms such that the Deontay Wilder fight is acceptable on that side of the equation for it to be in the UK. And if Deontay Wilder goes over the UK and fights Anthony Joshua, that is going to be an incredible fight. That fight would be like an explosion in heavyweight boxing unlike any other. Imagine Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. In the UK for what would be a huge unification. Hopefully one of them have beaten Joseph Parker by now. But you got to consider Joseph Parker is like, he just had a shit show with fucking Huey Fury. Like, who the fuck is Joseph Parker? Joseph Parker went fucking neck and neck with Carlos Takam. That's it. Like, if Joshua or Deontay Wilder get in the ring with Joseph Parker, that dude's fucking going to sleep, man. He's going to lie down, man. He's going to lie down to one of these dudes, man. I'm telling you guys. And Deontay Wilder has still got to go through Bermane Stiverne. And once he goes through Bermane Stiverne, because he's going to win that fight. He's probably going to win a decision. It would be interesting if Bermane Stiverne's a big puncher, though. So it's possible Wilder could get hurt. And that would bring out weaknesses in him. But I expect Deontay Wilder to pull through in that fight. Stiverne is not a world beater. Dude's a big, burly guy with some power. Wilder should be able to outbox him. And then we get to a stage where both of these guys are coming off victories. And Eddie Hearn needs to fucking make a deal and get this fight going. That's what Eddie Hearn needs to do. Otherwise, we can hear Anthony Joshua. He's spoken on the Wilder fight already. He's saying, you know what? We can make that fight happen. And we are live. By the way, we are live. King Fight News. Let's hear Anthony Joshua speak on Deontay Wilder for a minute. Let's fucking get through this fucking ad here. Oh man. And we're gonna see what Anthony Joshua had to say.
Let's talk about Wilder.
All right, let's talk about Wilder.
He broke his nose. Broke his nose, huh?
No.
It must have been the headbutt. Must have been a headbutt.
If I showed any signs of weakness, the referee would have jumped in and done whatever, but I just kept my composure. Continue to fight, as anyone else would do. That's what he tried to do, continue to fight, but the referee jumped in. You mentioned 2018. What are your plans?
Only fucking wait.
What do you want to do? Get my nose cracked back in place. That's number one. But honestly, continue to grow the sport of boxing, and everyone knows where we're headed. What do people want? That's what I'm interested in.
What do the people want?
Well, we know that Deontay Wilder is watching a showcase tonight in the States. Is that a fight that you actually want to pursue? It has to happen.
It has to happen.
But I think it comes to a decision.
It has to happen.
You've got the IBO, the WBA, and the IBF belt, and they have mandatory. Provided I'm free.
Provided you're free, we can make a fight.
Anyway, I have to fight championship fighters. And these are fighters I have to compete with. That's how it goes. But what I was saying before, now there's belts on the line, there's obligations as a champion. And what is Wilder, provided it's X or X, it's no problem. That's where I'm coming from. You want to hold those belts, you want the influence the way you will vacate. So, like this situation, if I could have fought another heavyweight, it would have been that to vacate one of the belts. But everyone saw in my last fight how hard I had to work to get these, so I'm not just going to give them up for anyone. I want to fight, keep them, and move.
Yeah, I don't know what all that's about, but I can see Anthony Joshua. He really wants to beat the best fighters out there, and he sees Wilder on the horizon, and I think he senses that the fans really want to see this fight. I think he's sensing that, and he's just going off of that. And Anthony Joshua needs to he needs to be the guy to say, you know what, we're gonna fight Deontay Wilder next. He's got to push that to Eddie Hearn, and at some point, I think Eddie Hearn will make that deal. He's acting like he wants to make that deal as soon as possible. So we're going to see what happens. There's a lot of pressure on both sides to see a UK versus USA, a true global grudge match that hasn't happened since like Lennox Lewis versus Mike Tyson. Like, this would be one of the biggest fights in heavyweight boxing history. It's a fucking grudge match. The fight needs to happen. Joshua versus Wilder needs to fucking happen. Everyone watching, hit the thumbs up, man. You gotta hit the thumbs up. Joshua versus Wilder. I think Anthony Joshua has a big chance in that fight to have another signature performance similar to how he did against Vladimir Klitschko. That's what I think about the fight. I also think at any given time, Deontay Wilder can land a right hand and it's lights out. And that's it. Lights out. What do you do at that point? Anthony Joshua has a very good chance of getting knocked out cold by Deontay Wilder. And that's the dynamic of the fight. Anyone can get knocked out at any time. And that's the fucking division. That's the heavyweight division in a nutshell. And if you put a gun to my head, you say you gotta pick one guy, I'm gonna end up picking Brahms bomb or Deontay. I'm gonna pick Deontay Wilder by KO. I pick him in 10 rounds. I'll pick him in 10 rounds. That's how I see the fight. What do you guys think about Wilder versus Joshua? That to me is an incredible fight. What do you guys think, man? For now, it's E King Fight News.